Yo, this is In
Facts
Chats, and we are in our home, which is the Cube. It's London home for creators. It's for podcasters, artists, musicians, producers, all of that. It's all about recording your art and getting paid for it.
Ooh, and if you want a free month at the Cube, all you have to do is visit thecube.com, QUBE.com. You'll see that down below, and enter In Facts into the referral field, and you'll get your first month for free.
Cool, yeah. Sweet. Enjoy that. Bon appetit.
My intuition's telling me I never listen to myself. I should probably listen to myself. That position I was in, if I'd have listened, maybe I could help.
Money moves. Yeah, money moves.
Yeah, no. We'll unpack
Okay,
that. We'll get
please.
into that. But yeah, you're listening to In
Facts
Chats
with myself, Lemzi. That's Lemzi, the Gemini, and
Amelia Poamz, that's Poamz, the Pisces.
so emotional.
I know, yeah, and I am.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I am.
I'm with you
What's
right
going
now.
on?
New moon, full moon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's something weird in the air.
Because I've been feeling it.
I know.
I
'Cause
know.
I haven't, no, but I haven't heard from you.
Yeah, and it's been weird.
But do
Because
you know what? I nearly voice noted you the other day, and I was gonna say a lot in this voice note, and then I started to feel bad, like, oh, maybe I'll just wait till I see you in person to say this, like, to tell you some stuff.
fair.
But I literally said in the voice note, like, what's going on with you, bro? Because I feel like there's something like, what's going on? So, we'll lead into the question. How are you? Really?
Really? Wow. Do you know what I am? I'm still processing how I feel.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I felt a lot of different things.
I feel
And
you.
it's been like, it's very conflicting things. I felt very proud, but then I felt very disappointed. I felt great sense of the clarity, and then I felt completely misaligned. And I felt like there's shifts happening and there's good things happening, but I'm like, there's things that are making me feel very vulnerable, and then there's other things that make me feel very safe, but they've all happened like back to back to back to back to back. So I've felt very misaligned, I think is a word, but then I've been doing stuff that literally is getting me back in place. So I'm like very conscious of, okay, do this right now because this is actually what you need to do. And this might be like, for the first time in ages, I journaled a couple times.
Okay,
I haven't done it in time, but I was like, yo, I don't know what's going on in my head right now. And as soon as I did that, like just doing the process, I was like, that's what I'm thinking. Like it made a little bit more sense. Same thing with even meditating. Like I haven't done that in I'm still doing nothing, there's no music for a little while. And then just doing it twice this week, 2 different things came to me. I was like, oh, that's actually what I feel and what I need to do. Like one of them is the change in hours at work thing. I got so much clarity in one of my meditations. I was like, that's actually the value that you're going to get.
Yeah.
That's greater than the value you're going to lose financially, kind of thing.
100.
Which, like,
I'm with you.
I didn't have that before. Like I knew I had the feeling, but I didn't really get into it. And finally I got like, that's why you should do this thing, you know? And yeah, just a lot of emotions, I can't lie, and I'm still processing.
Yeah.
Like,
give us a bit more of an insight. What like?
okay, so there was the whole work thing is one thing where it's like, because it's not just work, it's more the time now, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna have time for myself. What is the value that I'm putting in this time? And I'm trying not to put pressure on myself, like, you have to fill up your time with doing stuff all the time, because really and truly, I know I'm being productive if I am doing nothing for half an hour, a whole day sometimes, like, because I need those rest periods. But that's one thing. Facing fear is another big thing. Like me and my friend, I was having a good chat with him, and I was just telling him, oh yeah, this is what's going on. These are some of the ideas. This is some of the potential. He's like, yo, you're not excited? I was like, yeah, for some of it. And he's like, do you know what it sounds like? It sounds like you're scared. Like you're scared of what could happen here if you really go for it, kind of thing. And I was like, do you know what? You're right. Like, you're actually right. Like, I've been living in a lot of fake confidence, is what I'd say. Because like, a lot of people say to me, yeah, you're confident. You know, you talk to people, you do it. It's like, yeah, cool, but Mimi is still screaming inside like, yo, you need to do this thing, or you haven't done this thing yet, or why aren't you fully going for this thing, music wise even. Like he was like, yeah, like I know you tried before in the past and it quote unquote failed to a degree. not fail, but like you didn't get some of the things that you were hoping to get. And there's been a clear period of refreshment and foundation setting again. Now you're at that foundation setting again, and you've asked yourself the question, do you want to do this? Are you ready for this? Don't be so scared. Like, don't be scared of the fact that you might not hit some of the metrics, or all the efforts you put in before might have the same results again. It's like, you just have to do it. Like, get on a horse and try and stay on it.
This is so... I've got two things to say but I've got two things to say to that, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
So you said the music thing that you might have said, quote unquote, failed before. But I don't think it's about, you know, your one shot and you have to like hit that point, because it's about like, this game is about also like longevity as well.
No, 100.
So this is all part of that one shot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not just release
not
out
a moment,
music and then that's gonna change whatever. Because if anything, you want people to like have heard of you, like know your style. Like, oh yeah, Lemzi's been about. It's this is the what's the word? The legacy that you're trying to build. Essentially trying to be like a one hit. Like, okay, cool. Let's say you did succeed with that. Now you even got higher expectations. Like you might even feel worse now. How do I make something better than that? Do you know what I mean?
No,
so I think you're being too fucking hard on yourself.
You know, it's not even, it is that a little bit, but I know I've been more compassionate than like it sounds like, because I've very much been like, okay, maybe that did happen, but you know you want this thing to work, so you just have to commit to this, just for yourself more than anything. And I think that's where I've been in the last 2 weeks especially, where it's been heightened, this sense of what are your foundations, like what are these platforms that you're bouncing off of? Who are some of the people around you? Like all of these different questions that I've been dealing with, even relationship wise, like met someone and then when you meet someone and it clicks, all of a sudden you're conflicted with, oh damn, how do I feel? Like, is this a good thing for me? Do I feel ready for this? Am I being vulnerable? Is this a safe space? Like, and you deal with the other person also thinking that kind of thing. So there's all of just a whirlwind of either new or maybe sometimes suppressed emotions that I've been going through, which, yeah, man. Even in my counselling, we're talking about the past, which you do. And I don't remember a lot in it. Like, I've got loads of void points in my memory, and why, I don't know, because I need to, like, find out what some of these void things are, and then I'll be like, that's part of the story of me to the point I am now in it. So, yeah, that's what I'm feeling, really. So a lot of processing.
Processing.
A lot of processing, and I'm still processing. Yeah. So I don't have a word for how I feel right now.
Okay.
Just processing still. The feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So I gotta ask you as well, man. Because I haven't heard from you as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
How are you?
Really?
And also, before you even say anything, is this like in your way?
No, I like this.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Don't look at me. I'm joking. No. I think I'm the same, you know. I feel like I've experienced loads of heightened emotions recently. Like, there was a time, like a week or so ago, where I literally felt on cloud 9. Like, I felt like I knew what I was doing. I knew how I was going to do it. I knew that this was what I was meant to do. Yeah. But it's so interesting because right before that, I constantly felt nauseous. Like, I constantly felt, like, nervous about something. Then I've come on this high, and the nauseousness has gone away and whatever, and then like the doubt started to creep back in, or almost like wanting to hold on to that euphoric feeling, which is not normal anyway. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm just like, I don't know, every day just feels very different. Even sometimes in the day, I could feel very different at different parts of the day. Like, and I'll say right now, like last night, I was having like a lot of intrusive thoughts of like, have I made the right decisions? Like, am I in too deep now? Like, what would life have been like if I made another decision ages ago? Like, because I was also trying to weigh up, like, okay, the practical elements in life, like having my own place and whatever. Like, okay, I'm chasing this, well, hopefully not chasing, but I'm attracting this version of myself of what I want to do. But is that going to give me the stability and stuff I need? All this stuff, basically, that just creatives have to deal with in this world of this fucking London. Because I actually also started to think to myself, it's fucking London. It's London basically tells you fuck your dreams, especially if you come from a working class background or a background where you don't have the luxury of like banker mum and dad or whatever. But like, fuck your dreams, do a job that you're not happy with, go and get your house and whatever, but you're fucking miserable. Be in a relationship that you're miserable. I don't know. I just thought it's fucking London. Anyway, then I watched something really amazing that I will I'll talk about my recommendations that I needed.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say from that, the main thing that I got from this series that I watched was the sky isn't the limit, your mind is.
Okay.
And it really, because all these doubts, I was like, I'm creating that in my mind. 100%. And there's so many times we've probably said to ourselves, we can't do something, or felt we can't do something, and then we've done it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So what's more powerful, the actual doing it or the thinking before it? Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So that's when I started to think, fuck it. Nah, Amelia, you got this. You got this in the bag. Like, don't worry, everything. And also I started to think to myself, like, well, what am I comparing this to? Did I have a plan that I was supposed to make it by a certain time? And what is this making it? When really, things are still happening, but just very slowly. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I look back a year ago, I'm in a different position. And it's just very small steps, but concrete steps. So it's like, do I want to get where I'm going quickly, or do I want to get there in a way that it's like cemented for me? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's that legacy thing again, like where it makes sense of, you can look back a year ago and say, wow. Because even looking back a year ago, wow, innit?
I know,
like, wow. When you actually deep it, a lot has happened in that time.
Fuck me, a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because I just deep where we're at.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
like, a lot has happened. So it's that being considerate thing to yourself again. Because the intrusive thoughts,
it's long.
My guy, me inside was trying to beat me up.
No, honestly.
I was like, bro, am I this mean?
Yeah, it's not on, man.
Finding the actual true voice, that's what happened inside as well. I was like, okay, cool. I know what you're saying, but just bear with me a second. Let me actually talk to me properly. And then that's where it really starts filtering through, innit?
But then also, like, all those things, I think definitely with all of us, there's this element of fear.
100.
And a lot of us have always kind of navigated, like, because of fear, like, done
100.
things because of fear. But pushing through that fear and, like, facing it head on and just being like, fuck it, like, okay, if I don't do that, then I'm still left with the same outcome. Do you know what I mean?
I'm still me.
Do you know what I mean? So
that's what I feel London does more than anything. Create that anxiety and that fear of, you're going to be able to afford to travel, live, eat, go out, find a partner, like all of these different things where it's like, this is a lot of cultural impression that we're getting. It's like, I just want to live, man.
And also, but I do feel like there's an element of like humiliation and like feeling of people watching you try and quote unquote seeing you fail. I think that stops a lot of people doing what they want to do, because they're not just quietly doing it, like, especially if you're creative, you're putting yourself out there.
Especially like socials, all of that.
Do you know what I mean? And some people might be looking at you because they're insecure in themselves and they wish that they could do it, but like, oh look, they ain't even done this, they ain't even done that. And that does hold us, a lot of us back. Like
100.
we won't shoot our shots because it's like we're scared, we won't whatever, because we care too much what other people fucking think. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not here to live for what you think I should be doing or what your idea of what a successful me would be. I'm here to just do what makes me happy step by step. So fuck it. Fuck it.
No, do you know what? Trying to change my attitude to fuck it, why not?
Honestly.
I remember one boy came in to spoke one day because we were doing, we're bringing people in to listen to what we're doing, innit? And just recruiting people off the street. As soon as I was like, do you want to come here? It's like, fuck it, why not? That stuck with me, because I just thought,
why not?
I need that kind of attitude in my life more. It's like, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Why not you? Why not me? Why not? Kind of thing,
why
innit?
not?
Why not our guest?
Hey, because we could go on. I feel like we've got to have a proper catch up after this anyway.
No, 100%.
Yeah, we need to catch up. Anyway, okay, so firstly, we're on our final episode of our season one, which has been a great journey. I think it's been a learning journey as well. But like, hold tight us for committing to doing 10 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, someone wanted to duck out before then.
Oh,
but
man.
commit.
9, 10,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep it going.
We're here.
But yeah, our last guest, I feel like it's only right.
100%. This had to happen.
Yeah, we break the fourth wall. And we have people from behind the scenes.
You've heard his voice once or twice before. But
we've heard it way too many times.
It was stories, everything.
But yeah, let's bring the Woke and Wavey
Mr.
Hayreezy.
Jeez.
Hey. Okay, Hayreezy.
Yo.
How are you?
Really?
Wow. Guys. No, man. I woke up today, feeling very, very good.
Good.
That's my today feeling. You know, like, I've been actively trying to be more in the present.
Love that.
Which has been difficult, but I feel like when you kind of can access that and realize that, I saw something, it was like, if you're feeling anxious, it's because you're thinking about like the future.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling like depressed, it's because you're thinking about the past.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, that is like, that feels like the truth.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me just focus on now, because you know what I mean? And then that way I was able to feel a lot better.
Love that.
So true.
So yeah, man, feeling good. Silly O'Clock, new single.
Jeez,
Come on.
is that the time?
Here we
That's
go.
what time. That's what time Amelia
Straight
turned
away.
up.
Is that silly?
That's how she turned up for this episode, but we ain't gonna talk
gonna
about
talk about that,
I wish we
yeah.
put a tally chart of how many times everyone was late here.
it. I mean,
you
I don't
know
know
what?
lateness. I'm prompt.
I actually think I might be winning, which is crazy.
You're only winning because most of the time
crazy.
you're driving me in with you.
If we did the
So,
tally though,
Yeah.
we're not putting asterisks in it. So
Boy.
I
innit,
think
boy.
Jordan takes the lead though.
Yeah,
on
no,
just
same,
the
same.
lateness.
Yeah, of
Same.
course, 100%.
Same.
Yeah.
Because he can't even say anything.
Is that?
But yeah, City O'Clock.
Yeah, man. No, so that's out. So that's a reason to be feeling
Celebrate.
good, celebrate.
Yeah.
My first single drop. That's my first single that I dropped this year.
How does that feel? Like,
It's felt good. It's been a bit of like a weight off. I guess it was a bit when you don't release for a long time.
how long has it been since?
I think I dropped my last single last year, November times, around that time. I think it was.
Was that active?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
No.
even active. I think it was like 7 days straight with
Okay.
Marva, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that was the last
yeah,
single that
yeah.
I dropped. But yeah, that was like last year, a long time ago. So yeah, man, it's been good. I've been in the studio a lot, but I
that.
hadn't been putting music out. We've been trying to, rebrand, reshape, and yeah, I'm happy to have this single out right now. So yeah, man.
Good, so the artist is
So,
back.
for those who don't know Hayreezy, like,
Yes.
what was the brand,
What was the
and then
brand?
what's like the reshaping that you're trying to
Okay.
do as well?
I think the early period of what I was starting, I was really freestyling. Like I was really just like I didn't really study music. I didn't really have any kind of like hard musical background. So I was just doing whatever just seemed to feel right or whatever. And if I like the song, try to make it, try to put it out. And I think as I've kind of been in the game for a bit longer and done shows and worked with X and Y and started to figure out what this industry is, I'm like, oh, okay, let's now put myself in a bit of a place. 'Cause I feel like at first, I kept hearing, like, where can I put you, bro? Like, where can this sound go? Like, 'cause you're making all these different types of things. Where can we put you? Like, we can't put this with anything. So I'm like, okay, I understand that, because I guess all of my favorite artists, I can kind of put them somewhere. I can you know what genre they are. Even if they've done other genres, you would still be able to say they're this or they're that.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
that. So I think that was like the main part of my restructure, let's say, I'm going through, because I like to make loads of different sounds. I don't just I rap, I can sing,
Yeah.
can do other bits, but I'm understanding that I need to just package it better, so that at least when it comes out, you can say this is for this and this is for that. So that was kind of a process for me. I didn't really like being told what to do,
Standard.
but you gotta humble yourself sometimes in order to get better. So now, yeah, man, we're coming with some wavy rap songs, and just try and knock them out of the park. So yeah, man.
Sick. Yeah.
Here we
it's
go.
that time.
This is it.
Because you mentioned also where you could be put, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you actually wanted to consider? Because it's almost like, why do I now need to mold myself to you? Or is that just part of the game? Do you know what I mean? Is that just like, well, every artist has to do that?
Yeah, I definitely didn't want to consider it. I definitely thought it was stupid. I definitely thought, bruv, who are you to tell me that I can't do X and then do Y and then do A and then do Z and then do B? I then understood from a more marketing side how that is just a lot more difficult to market. Not impossible, but just a lot more difficult. And obviously right now I have to work with what I can work with. We haven't got humongous budgets. We haven't got crazy links. So I need to at least try to give myself the best opportunity to do well. So I guess it's like, it's just, that's like I said, it's been like a learning experience. Like I've accepted certain things. I still fight a lot of things because I'm quite hard-headed, but I'm trying to soften my noggin a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, so I just, kind of accepted it.
Alrighty. So what's the vision for like Hayreezy? Because you do more than one thing. Like,
Yeah.
I swear acting, no?
Yeah.
Even
I've done
the
a bit
camera
acting.
work with new
But
light.
wait.
Hang on, yeah, because there's
Because also,
there's bare things going on here.
America.
Yeah, like I feel like because Celia Clock's there, innit? Like,
Yeah, like-
let's go to
But we
H. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot to talk about
I
here.
swear
you know?
I heard through the
For real, for
grapevine.
real.
Really great Rizzy.
I had some freaking A's were like
Some
flying
freaking
around,
A's.
bro. Like,
What the freaking A, dude? Let's just say what has shaped Hayreezy?
yeah.
So many things. I think my kind of like my family, like my cousins. I got loads of cousins. My step family that I kind of had growing up in Hackney, then living in Long Beach for a year.
Sorry, where?
Damn.
Yeah, in California. Hey, shout out to Oblo, Ariel, Teaser, Sam,
You're not gonna
Jay.
do the accent.
Huh? Listen, it will come, player. It will come, man. Nah, all my guys at
Yeah.
Cal State Long Beach.
Sick.
That experience, definitely. That was like the like, bro.
Okay.
You felt a lot of new things now. So by the time I come back, I remember I told all the man them. I literally called them. I was like, bro, you don't need to come to my house. And I just said, bro, I felt this, like, because I remember I had like I'd been on boat parties and to people's houses who had like. Whose dads were like astronauts or whatever, and they had like their houses were like their house had like a rainforest in the back of it, like a rainforest pool type thing, and
Raw.
you know, just certain feelings that I
Yeah,
felt
yeah,
that I'm
yeah.
like, right, this is real. These things are actually
Yeah.
real, so we can't even limit our thought process, or we can't limit what we want to do, or not
100%.
even limit it, but you lot haven't felt that, but I have. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what it felt like.
Yeah,
So you can now at least know what that feeling's like. So now let's aim for things that are on that level, because these have been like some really 10 experiences for
Bro,
me.
what did it feel like? Like,
Bro, it was just
honestly.
like it's very surreal. It's very surreal. It makes you realize the world is so huge.
Yeah.
The world is so huge. Some people live so differently from how you even thought was possible to
Yeah.
live. Like my friend Chris, in his house, in the middle of his house, he had like a greenhouse in the middle of his house, like all glass, like in the middle of his house, like so like
Yeah.
it's just crazy, like, do you know what I mean? It was like
Yeah.
this is in the middle of your house, like this
Yeah,
is like
yeah,
this
yeah.
is like going into like a little rainforest or wildlife center,
Crazy.
but it's just in the middle of your house, like oh yeah, my dad's an astronaut, whatever, and
Wow.
cool, and that's just like whatever's normal, whatever. And it just kind of makes your brain go
Yeah.
Yeah.
all these new feelings and stuff start kicking in, and then yeah, that kind of made me think, right, like, what do you want to do here? It's like, you know, because obviously prior to going to America, I was doing.
Because also, what did you go to America for?
So I was studying
Right.
film and TV production, and that's how shouts New Motion.
But-
That's how that kind of came to form, and how, you know.
Oh wait, did you
Yeah.
meet in America?
No.
Oh, okay.
We met in Hertfordshire,
Okay.
but
So what, you went to Hertfordshire as well?
yeah, so I went uni, Hertfordshire.
But you
local.
studied out.
But I studied, so I did a year abroad. I didn't- so I was
Okay.
only there for 1 year.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
only
yeah.
1 year and you don't fucking shut up about it.
No, you should be at LA hat right now. What's
You know?
This man, I could have done the LA hat as well, you know. But I did this one
But
instead.
yeah, okay.
But yeah, early stages I was doing acting. That was my thing. I was at Identity with a lot of sick people that have gone on to do big things, and then I had an agent. I was with Robert Kelly Management, and that was giving me auditions or whatever. But it's funny because I got dropped from there, yeah, because
Mad.
you know, like, this is like such a black thing, yeah. I didn't think I could afford to get proper headshots. I definitely could have. My parents could have, like, my mum would have sorted it out for me.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
took on that, you know, oh, bruv, like, this is gonna cost like whatever, £200 or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is just way too much. I can't ask mum for this. This is like, you know what I mean? I can't ask my dad, whatever.
Yeah.
So I just didn't. And then I got someone from my school to do it, who's actually he's a huge photographer now. Shouts Courtney. But at the time, obviously, he wasn't a huge photographer. He was
Yeah.
like up and coming. And he took them and they weren't really that good or whatever. And my agent kept saying, bro, I need proper headshots. And I was just thinking, bro.
Yeah, so just use them. Man.
And then one day, after like I was talking like at least a year, if not longer, it's just like, yeah, man, you gotta go.
Really?
But that was good. That was the reason why I went to uni. If I didn't happen, I wouldn't have gone uni.
I was
'Cause
about
when
to say that, yeah, because the fact that this must have been before you went abroad, because I guess if you had that mentality of like opening your eyes to like what's possible, whatever,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
probably
yeah.
would have just thought, oh yeah, I can get these headshots. I'll pay for these
Yeah.
headshots. It's
Trust
part of
me,
it.
That was the whole reason I even went uni. I went uni with the attitude of, bruv, are you mad? I'm gonna shoot my own stuff then. I'm gonna
sick.
figure out how to get a camera, how to edit, and I'm gonna shoot my own TV shows, my own films.
Yeah.
And that's why I went and studied film and TV production. And obviously, yeah, obviously the story kind of went how it's gone to today.
Jeez.
So it's mad. That's why I always tell people when I can, like, you know, there's two sides to everything that happens. You know what I mean? Like, because that was at the time. I remember I was feeling bitter. I was like, I got dropped from my agency, you know. But then since then, we've created a company. We've done plenty of stuff.
Yeah,
Exactly.
bare things, man.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's
So
kind
like,
of
you started off acting then,
yeah.
and then do you feel like when you let go, were you like, this hasn't worked out, I want to not do acting anymore? Did acting like kind of factor into you lot doing New Motion?
No, it never really. I just
Because you still act.
yeah, not all. I do.
Acting right now.
Trust me. Acting
Pew,
like I
pew.
like your ass. No. I think it's always been like a big part of me because my mum used to act and we used to go to drama school with my mum. I remember I joined her drama class, like the adult one, when I was like young. I think like maybe even under 10 or whatever, and we did quite a lot of Shakespeare plays, whatever. So I've always kind of had it, but then it didn't stop on purpose. It just kind of, obviously, the more I started directing and doing other things like that, I just stopped kind of acting. And then it's mad because I actually completely forgot that I did any acting until about, like, I think 3 years ago when my boy was chatting about one of my music videos and he was like, bro, remember when you was an actor? I was like, bruh, that whole period of my life, because obviously I started focusing on music and everything else. So yeah, it just kind of got put in, I guess it just got put to the side for a little bit to help other things kind of come forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So
Because also you mentioned it anyway that like, because I'm still hooked on that. You lived in LA.
yeah, man.
Oh, you need to dig
But
into
I
that,
think
man.
that's so
Long Beach
important
living, man.
though, like experiencing things in life that you almost, maybe you're not, it's not yours, but like having friends, basically widening your circle where people have different walks of life and different, almost like privileges. Because I feel like even with me having some friends where like their houses are fucking massive, but it makes me think like, yo, but I'm here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. You're in the
it's
space
possible.
still, innit?
And then you learn about their like journeys, and most of the time their family, like there's some mad story how like they done this or they done that, and you just think, right, I could fucking do it. Whereas like if you do have kind of that mentality where I've got nothing in common with them, so how can we get on? It just really keeps you like this, and then it's harder for you to take those leaps. Do you know what I mean?
100%, man. Like sometimes, like you. So I would say I've been like lucky in some, like really lucky in certain things, just to have had certain experiences earlier on in my life, or have met certain people who have done really amazing things, but have also been a real normal, nice person. So it's made me realize, okay, so you're kind of you're giving me the same vibe that I think I have, but you're doing crazy stuff. Like even being in Robert Kelly agency, I was with like, obviously we were kids at the time, so there was like, I think my class was like, I think it was like 9 to 16. Right. So you got 9-year-olds in my class as well. Yeah. But then some of the actors, I still to this day couldn't believe how unbelievably talented they were. And then I think my friend, what's her name? Something Metcalf, Amy Metcalf, I think her name is. She won like best on-screen actress in is it Doctors? Like, it's the daytime TV show.
Yeah.
She was in my class or whatever. And it's like these people are like, and they're like younger than me or whatever, and seeing that early. But she's a really cool girl. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're actually already excelling. So it kind of like, it's like obviously it's like a feeling you kind of, once you're around it, you now know it exists. It's like, okay, so I can, like, I'm sure I can, like, I'm here. Do you know what I mean? Like, and obviously if you've got friends that are doing stuff, it's like, okay, so they're my friends. Like, we got something in common. We can maybe da-da-da-da-da. And I know since I went to Long Beach, like 5 people I know directly, the next year they've lived abroad. Which was mad, and obviously then that's catapulted to so it's like it's a tree sometimes, and it's definitely like the best thing I've done for like just perspective, because people, it's easy to get caught up. I think that wherever you are is the final destination and the only place,
and especially just fucking London.
Trust me.
Like when you went, or even when you came back more so, were you forming a lot of comparisons between this is what London's like, or this is what LBC is like? Or did you feel Long Beach ended up feeling more like home at some point, or did London just, as soon as you got back, it was just back into the motion of what happens here?
No, London always felt like home, but Long Beach felt like opportunity. It felt like everything just was new. Everything was new. Everything was new, from how we studied, from how we partied, from how we spoke to people on public transport, from how you bought your clothes. and it was like a whole nother spectrum. How I argued with people about gun laws and stuff like that. And like really hearing people that are passionate about something so much so, like where in England, I would say there's not one person that would have had this argument with me. And over there, I'm like gonna get beaten up because this is how much they believe in this thing. So it was still like a different world, but I really enjoyed it because I really like the unknown. Like I'm someone, say like there's a show or something, a TV show or a film, and someone says like just a little bit too much about like why it's good, I figured out everything straight away. Oh man, and it's like a curse. Like, you know, they'll say, oh yeah, there's this little twist, you'll never get it, man. But yeah, when that pillow drops, and I just all of a sudden, I just somehow instantly I just get what's gonna happen. So I'm like, when I can't figure out what's gonna happen, when I don't know what's happening next, I'm like, oh my days, this is sick. Like, what's gonna, do you know what I mean? Like, how's things gonna go? Like, because it's like, it's actually unknown. Like, the possibilities are genuinely endless. And that's what, a lot of things out there that happened was like, just wow, like didn't think that could happen or didn't.
Tell us about the frat parties you went to, man.
The frat parties, man. The frat parties, man.
Did you have any initiations?
Were you in one of them?
Wow, I was in a fraternity. I was. How much can I go into?
What, is that breaking the code?
It definitely is.
Oh, so
definitely is. But it's calm, man. Them man are cool, man. They can hold it down. No. We haven't got all day.
Okay,
but no,
right.
Just a good mix then, innit?
Do you know what I would say? Yeah, the best way to say it is like, if you've ever seen anything like Navy SEAL-ish, anything to do with like the Navy SEALs. Okay. If you just think Navy SEALs, you know when you've never seen any kind of.
No. You know what I think of in my head? Like,
go on.
I think the closest thing I can imagine it as is like. Actually, they've all gone from my head, like these American college stories. Like the
American.
Like they go to the house like, yo, dude, and they all talk like this. Like the job's like, hey, you want to try me, bro?
Oh, that's a TikTok.
Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story, because that you want to try me, bro?
No way is that real.
I swear to God, man.
What's a freaking A?
So I was with my frat guys. We was at a party, and like there was a girl from another sorority. So fraternities are boys, sororities are girls.
Right.
And there was a girl from another sorority, and she basically invited me to her prom, to their sorority's prom. And that's what the girls do. Like they all bring whatever guy they like from whatever fraternity. It's very like.
Do they have to be from a fraternity?
Yeah. I think so. Or like I don't think they. No, I don't know. More than likely, unless it's like your partner from like before you join. Right. But more time, it's very like Greek life is like its own world, its own thing. Yeah. And so obviously she's invited me. Cool, of course I'm gonna go, whatever. But we're at some party, like, and there's bare different frats, and obviously like frat life, there's a lot of tension between the male frats, and I was in a very like jockey, because do you know what it is? The reason why I joined that frat was solely because they had the craziest party. Like when I first went to their initiation, when they were recruiting people at the start, like all the other ones, I went to one place and they were playing chess. It was just meaty.
Wow.
And then I went to another place and it was okay. Yeah. Then I went to these guys and the road was locked off. Police was everywhere. There was people spilling out.
I need the chaos.
Spilling out onto the road. Like it was like we couldn't even get into the frat house. So we were like, bro, this is the place. Like, what you crazy? Like, and obviously we're here. We're only here for a year. Like, I can't do the.
Who's we? Sorry.
I was with my brother Jay and my brother Sam. Because they were from my uni as well.
Okay,
so
cool.
we had an apartment.
Oh,
so yeah, so it's me, Jay, and Sam, and then my other guy is an international student called Saman from Iran. Real G. If you ever see this Saman,
send it to him.
Yeah, exactly, innit?
But you know, because my Facebook got hacked, I don't know if I've got it. I don't know if I've still got it.
Really got hacked.
Yeah, I know, and that's a whole other story.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, long story short, you're at this party. Obviously, cool. We're just chilling, like whatever we're doing. We decided we're gonna leave. Yeah. So I'm with like, I don't know, 6 or 7 guys. We're all leaving, we're walking out, and then like, all we hear, is, let's go then, Hayden.
No way.
So
what?
So I'm like, what? Did you not just hear that? Like what? We're in the street, turn back around, this guy has come out here with his 2 friends, He's like, let's freaking go, dude.
No way.
So I'm like, what? I start busting up, yeah, because I can't believe this is real. I can't believe this is really happening.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a
You've seen the
real
film.
movie scene. This is a real
Literally.
film scene happening
know
in the
this
street.
dude.
I do not know who this guy is. I don't know how he knows my name. I don't know why he's calling me. I've never seen him before, innit? So
my
obviously
God.
I'm so confused, but I'm also like, this is unbelievable. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. What a story. This is before anything's even happened, yeah. So then he's like walking towards me, but I'm with bare guys, and quite a lot of fights do happen in frat life. So a lot of guys, a lot of gym, like. So I'm like, the guys I'm with, like, I'm chilling, man. Like,
Yeah,
these
yeah,
are
yeah.
three guys,
Yeah,
and they,
yeah.
you know what I mean, it wasn't even that. So I'm just kind of laughing or whatever. Then one of my friends, he had actually broken his wrist, like fighting, like a couple weeks beforehand. I know it sounds like a lot of fighting.
Right.
That was fine,
Yeah, okay.
So his hands in the cast, and he just goes mad. He's like, dude, you think you're gonna freaking touch? You think you're gonna touch him? You think you're gonna touch my fucking guy? I'll fucking end you.
What is going on? What is
Why does
freaking-
everything? Yeah, freaking.
These are obviously a lot of these are surf. They're Cali surf guys. It's just like my accent probably isn't as accurate, but this is how they sound to me. In my
Yeah,
head,
yeah,
in
yeah.
my London boy head. Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, like he's getting ready to get smoky with him. I'm still just like, I can't believe this is even happening.
Yeah.
Then the girl who invited me comes running out.
No. How did I get? This is literally scripted now.
No, stop, don't touch him, don't hurt him. So
What?
This
and then
sounds-
she runs and she's like pushing him in his chest, yeah, like, you know, stop, like I can't remember his name. Say his name was Tony. Tony, stop! Stop it! You're embarrassing yourself. Stop it! They're gonna hurt you. Like, so, bruv, I swear down.
my God.
And what I thought we found out is that they was in a relationship, yeah.
Okay.
So it's even more typical.
So they was in a relationship
It's like the OC.
beforehand, yeah.
It's
Obviously,
like Riverdale.
she didn't invite him to their. She took me in
Right.
it, like whatever. I didn't even know any of this happening, and yeah, they just ended up like I can't even remember that. The two other guys ended up saying sorry, like he's just drunk, dude. Like, you know, he can't handle his liquor. You know what I
Fucking
mean?
hell. Imagine having that,
Let's
that happening
freaking
in
go.
And that was
London.
like, that was on like a Wednesday night. Like, that was just a
Fuck
normal Wednesday at
me.
uni. Like, it
I
was.
can't believe.
Imagine
Yeah,
that in
what I
London.
just
Yo, Hayreezy, let's go.
Innit, like-
What
Nah, I
the
be like,
fuck?
Yeah, like if you.
I'd be like, big man, come outside.
I know,
Come
innit,
outside.
innit?
It'd be like, my man, what, Lemzi?
But I get that.
Yeah,
like,
but it's
yo,
the-
hater, let's
Trust me.
freaking get. Like, I don't
And it's really with the tone.
Yeah.
Like, it's a proper thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was hilarious, really. It was hilarious.
Fucking
That is
hell.
proper just
But
reminded
yeah,
me
this
of
is
a
like
TikTok.
they like
Can't
a lot
lie.
of the stuff that you see in like films is very accurate. American Pie is very accurate in how the parties are. People do pull
Really?
up with like
the kegs, and
kegs
that
of beer or
stuff.
whatever. They have like they drink handles. So like you see how we have like say a bottle of like Ciroc even, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a small bottle. That's like a normal size bottle, but there's like a bottle
Like a-
bigger than that,
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
called a handle.
Okay.
And how their drinking culture, especially like frat culture, is you drink the alcohol straight out of the bottle and then you drink the chaser straight out of the bottle,
Okay.
which is just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And only when the man them came over. And I'm like, obviously, I'm converted now. Like, I've been living this way. So I'm like, yo, you lot, you obviously just like back it, innit? They're like, bro, what? Like tequila, like just boom out the bottle. I'm like, yeah, bro, just chase that, bro. Like, you're good.
Rah.
Yeah, I
You
know.
know, I missed out, man.
Yeah, nah. There was yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. I can't lie. I'll never pretend. It was a lot of fun, and being able to like one good thing. Oh no, there's a real good few things about the fraternity life. Is that it teaches you a lot about community, about loyalty, and you're tied in with these guys for life. Obviously, I don't live there, so I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's deeper than just college life. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
because if you
jobs
like, there's
after.
jobs, man. Like I remember getting into those Facebook groups, and if you're in banking, sports, anything, you can just boom, boom, boom. You see like CEO, X Sigma Pi, this, or X, whatever they are. Boom, boom,
Fucking
boom.
hell. Yeah, we don't have that over here.
Yeah, no,
Really?
No,
not
not
really.
really.
Unless you're
No.
like going to all the where the prime ministers and all that are going.
Oxford,
guess they
Cambridge. I
probably
mean,
have
yeah,
their-
they
Yeah,
have
so
their own
Oxford,
kind of
Cambridge do that,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
it. But it's just more. It's just like that's it. Like, and that's how you see how the Parliament guys they all kind of come from the exact same place. It's very similar, but just more like obviously, but it's just bigger.
That's
Yeah.
right. What uni were you at?
I was at California State Long Beach, CSULB.
She's
Trust me. We played football against one of my moments that I was buzzing.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
we played football against UCLA, and obviously had to score in that.
Yeah, I had to
You
score
are.
that.
You're gonna be
Come on, man.
50 years
You
old,
see this
still
fake
telling these
humble,
stories.
innit?
Do you know what's so crazy? Do you know what's so crazy? Obviously, soccer at my uni, it wasn't even like it was so men's soccer was like it was dead basically.
Okay, yeah.
The women's soccer team, they had a stadium.
Oh, wow.
They had, like
Sick.
it was mad. I went to their game. I was like, this is crazy. We They gave us shirts. We had to draw the numbers on the back of our shirt. Are you crazy?
Damn.
Are you actually crazy?
What number did you give yourself?
I can't remember, probably 11 or something.
Draw the number.
Probably
like.
11 or something.
Wow,
but,
no rating.
The tables are turned.
Jeez, of course. But
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
come on, you know.
Something
how it
better
goes.
to be,
You know
right?
how
It's
it
got
be.
a set later.
You know,
It's got performance later.
Come
So
on.
to move on a little bit,
Yeah, go on.
Get out. I'm joking. No. Let's talk about your energy because I feel
Okay.
like that's very much part of like Hayreezy. And when I first met you, I think you were performing at an Infax.
That was the first time.
Yeah, I think that's the first time. I know you got met
But we do
before or
Infax
whatever. No, but it
together?
was like he was just performing. I
Oh,
think you said,
okay.
yo, we got this guy.
Oh,
gonna perform.
Down in Walthamstow then. Okay,
Yeah.
sick. That's first time.
Yeah,
Sorry,
and I
I'm
remember.
just,
Yeah. Do you not believe me?
I don't.
Can you prove?
I'm really questioning.
Like,
I don't know
wow,
why.
no, that is the first time I met
Yeah,
him.
Yes.
And I was like, yo, it was the energy for me. It was like the energy, the friendliness, but it wasn't like friendly, like, even though there's not such a thing as that big friend, but it was like this, you're like drawn to your energy. And I feel like a lot of people have said that, will say it.
Thanks, man.
What's your, I guess, life mantras? I don't know, what kind of pours into that energy?
Do you know what? Yeah, one of my close friends said it to me the other day. He was like, you're like a sponge. You're like an energy sponge, yeah. And I feel that because I think when I come around a lot of people or whatever, I can I can feel them,
Yeah.
and then it goes into me, and then it comes out of me. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know what that is or whatever, or why it happens. But I don't know. I've always kind of shout out to my mum and my dad, man. Like they gave me like, you know, the good tools to have just to be happy, always to be like present. And my nan as well. My nan who's not here anymore. Rest in peace forever and ever. But like, you know, like just having that real appreciation of every day in life.
Yeah.
Like I actually am a twin. Not people know this. I'm a twin. But my sister died when I was that young.
Okay.
So I think that as well, even though it happened when she was a baby, I feel like as I got older and I realized that happened, it's like, okay, so this thing can just, this game can just end. Like, so I have to enjoy to the highest level that I can because like my sister, she didn't even get a chance to do this. Not like, do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, that's kind of why I'm always kind of on everything and trying to, you know, why not? Because tomorrow can be and hopefully she's it, but you know, enjoying the script up top, you know what I mean? That's kind of how I don't know, I guess that's how I'd put it. And yeah, man, I just like being happy, man, as well. I can't lie.
Yeah, no.
No, sorry. I like when other people are happy, man.
Right, okay.
That makes me feel so good.
Yeah.
Like that's always been, like I've never minded, like I don't even mind. You know, some people can't handle being like a butt of a joke or whatever, or any kind of things like that. But I've never minded that. Like, as in, obviously, don't take the piss.
Yeah.
Don't
hurt my feelings.
Yeah. But it's like if we can lift the room and everyone's laughing and smiling, because that's what happens now. I think like as we get older, you'll see. Like I meet bare people, and you get their first mask when you meet them, and it's not really who they are, but it's who they've had to become because of what they thought or how they've grown up, or what they've been around. Yeah. But I love being able to, I love doing things to peel that off and get to the real version of them. And that real version is always jokes because they always try to suppress it. Like I ain't trying to dance, man.
Yeah.
Like, man them are jokes. Like man them will be like, yeah, man, no. Yeah, no. And even like with girls or whatever, like they like sometimes they'll, you know, just try and have like an act. Like even yesterday it was like I was with someone, they were like, oh, nah, man, like I ain't buying no guy no drink. And I was like, swear down, like, so even someone that you really liked, you wouldn't just buy them a drink. She's like, no, I wouldn't buy them a drink. I was like, what? Oh, rip spot. And I was just like, just playing with her a little bit. But I knew that sentence is not even the truth. It's just a little image that you're trying to whatever. Of course you would, like, because that's why wouldn't you, like, do you know what I mean? And obviously, as she started laughing, then the real version of them comes out, and then I don't know, seeing that version, I think it can help to release a lot of built up stress or things that people are holding on to. And I don't know, maybe I credit it down to not having gone through some things that a lot of people have gone through. So I'm like, cool, I haven't gone through that, so let me try and at least help unravel some of your bits that you've gone through. You know, you just got to try to help people in this life.
Yeah, but they say humour is very, very powerful. It brings people together. Because also laughter, actually, it releases, I think, 3 hormones in your body. So like dopamine, lowers your cortisol. and something else. But anyway, it's a real powerful tool to bring people
100%.
together.
Yeah, man, 100%.
Like, you think when you meet a stranger and then something happens and you sort of both fucking busting up, you immediately feel closer. It's a bit like, yo, okay.
Yeah, no, 100. I know Will Smith even said like that's how he coped with a lot of stuff that he went through in life. Just like bringing humor to other people was like a way of being like, yo, I feel way better now.
Yeah.
I have joy now, innit? Because it's a great thing to do, you know.
Trust me, man. Trust me. And the people you probably like the most in your life, the people that probably brought the most joy to your life.
Yeah.
Or people that made you laugh the most.
Yeah.
Because like we're simple as humans, but we just think we're bare sick. We think we're so much sicker than what we are.
Yeah, no,
like,
facts. Like,
really, like, let's just boil it down. People
fun.
that make you smile, make you laugh, make you happy. You want to be around them.
Yeah.
You like, you know what I mean? You'd always choose to do that. Like some people get upset when you don't invite them places, but then they don't think about what they actually bring when they come around. Like some people I can't. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's the truth though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've never felt bad not telling people to come certain places because I just think like
it's just not the.
no, it's
it
just
don't
like,
line up.
Not even that. I
Like,
respect some of my other friends more.
Yeah.
To not bring you around them because I know you are not really aware of when you come in and the cloud that you're bringing or the intense feeling or how you're gonna make everyone feel. Like I like rooms to be full of people that are just, you know, like everyone can, do you know what I mean? Yeah, we can enjoy it. Like, and some people, obviously it's not fair because life isn't fair, by the way, just in case anyone thought that life was fair. Because sometimes obviously that can be, that perspective can be harsh because obviously people are hardened by what they've gone through and maybe you should bring them and maybe they'll be helped. But sometimes you haven't got the energy for that. You know? And you know, that's just the way, that's just life, man.
But you know, I saw do you know what? Firstly, I realised how many times now I say I saw a TikTok video and it makes me feel sick because how long I know.
Man,
but I saw a video. I can't remember the artist, but he was talking about, you know, people in your life are either assets or liabilities, and not assets or liabilities in like a selfish way, like what can you bring me, whatever. But there are really people like that. They're like, I like to think the friends in my life are assets because they add so much value to my life. And I've had to say bye to people who are fucking liabilities. They end up blocking my blessings. Why am I always in a bad mood? Well, why are we always talking about negative shit together? And it's not anything personal, but like, no, it's not gonna run. I can't have you around
That's
anymore.
the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah,
you gotta choose you. As well, it's important to choose you because then you can blossom.
Yeah.
But a lot of time, if you try and like you're trying to make that person feel good or whatever, you just everything's ruined for everyone because they're not really happy. You're now not happy because they're not happy, and then wherever you go to, it's like a whole other thing, and everything's ruined for everyone.
Honestly,
do you know what I mean? Because a lot of time, sometimes being left out, the people that are left out, they'll rise themselves up to get to the place where you're at. You just have to come. Do you know what I mean? It's not. You're not necessarily saying go bye, like you're done, like cool. Unless they've done something treacherous. But it's more like cool. Just have a little think about why I probably didn't shout you for this. Just have a little think. Like,
sit in the
what
corner
have
and
you
think
done,
about that one.
a little time. Like I said, some people in my life they've come back around, and you know the second time around they're like,
It's like okay, this is better.
Yeah, man, this is the.
No, I don't know why I've got an image of you like. So you thought about it.
Yeah, exactly.
What about your actions?
Like, no, that's
What did
not
you
long enough.
learn?
Go back.
Okay, cool.
Last
All right.
2 years. I ain't replying to your message.
That's pressure, you know. That's pressure.
That is pressure.
No,
But I guess all this then feeds into your brand, which is Woke and Wavey.
Yes.
So yeah, right.
Big splash.
Woke and Wavey.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is that? How do they exist together?
So, I think I'm a living, breathing, walking example of whatever it is. To me, obviously, the word woke has gone. It's been pushed into like a lot of agendas.
Yeah.
And my version of woke has none of those agendas.
Right,
It's nothing to
okay.
do with any of that. Woke for me, in the simplest phrase or meaning, is just understanding that, you know, actions have reactions and consequences, and when you say certain things, you know, like there's something attached to that.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like no matter what it is.
Yeah.
But if you say it and like there's just things that are attached to it.
Yeah.
And if you do certain things, things are attached to that. And you know, like being black, a lot of things that we get exposed to, whatever, are not woke, or like it's not like these things are not helping you or helping us. And you have to try and do things that are gonna help you and help us.
Yeah.
Like so that's the woke. That's just how I would say the woke side is in this like simplest form.
Right.
Cool.
And then the wave for me is the good times. The wave is the
woke and
good
the
times.
wave.
Yeah, the wave is the good times, man. The wave is when you're laughing, when you're smiling, whatever it is that gets you going. Whatever it is that is, you know, whether it's the birthdays, whether it's your family time, whether it's your brethren, whether it's when you're bonding the zoo and having a good time. Because everyone's wave is different. Like, and it's not that the wave is not. It's not one way. Like, it's just. But make sure whatever your wave is that it's for you. That's the key thing. That your wave is working for you.
Yeah.
Like you can't like my wave, you might be able to enjoy my wave or parts of it, but some parts might not be for you. But that's okay, man. As long as you're enjoying the wave, like, as long as you're actually having a good time. Because as we know in this life, bro, things can just happen. And then all you can do is try and remember the wave, the good times. So the aim really, you're trying to create as many of these good times, building yourself up, because we know things happen, and you know, you just gotta kind of give yourself a don't know. The wave is kind of like just balances out the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel not the bad stuff, but the sad stuff?
Do you feel like you lean into one more than the other?
Yeah, definitely, 1000%.
Can I guess?
The frat boy with the freaking. Let's go, Hayden.
Would it be the wave?
I would say we have a bit of a wave problem, man.
No, it's a tidal wave, man.
Yeah.
You're
It
good,
is though, man. It is though, man. But like, I don't know, man. I'm saying we because it's like, when I say we, I'm referring to like my close brethrens that I'm with quite a lot or whatever. But we've kind of, I don't know, man. We've been lucky. We've been blessed. We've still been through some crazy stuff. Like, people don't even know some of the stuff that has been happening or happened because we don't choose to focus on it.
Right.
Which a lot of people do choose to focus on.
Yeah.
And I think that is also what can kind of recreate a self-fulfilling prophecy, whether it's sadness, whether it's anguish, whether it's anger, whether it's fury, all these things. If you're just focusing on it, then, you know, like, brother, you're not even going to feel better because you're still thinking about that bad thing that happened. But the bad things do still happen. Like, I'm not some different person. Like, friends have been stabbed, people die, family dies, people get sick. But then on the other side, you know, you still celebrate. When we celebrate, I feel like we just celebrate hard.
Yeah.
We celebrate like it is the last time, because it could be the last time.
But I think celebration is a form of gratitude, like taking time to celebrate
100%, yeah, man.
And the thing, I think too many of us don't celebrate enough because it's the idea of, oh, you know, you can't get too wrapped up into like that. It's on to the next,
Yeah.
But that's a great way to say thank you.
Yeah,
Whether
man.
it's your birthday, a small achievement, other people, even when funerals, you celebrate the life.
Yeah,
it's not all
celebrate.
about the end. It's about what's to come, like moving forward.
100%.
So fucking, I love me any excuse to
100%.
celebrate.
I don't think we need to do more of it, man.
Really?
Yeah, like, honestly,
Me too, man.
because even when we spoke about gratitude that time, it was like the behavior of gratitude. Because it's not always just saying, thank you, I am so happy. Like, no, just go and express it. Like, live your life, essentially, innit? And that's the best thing you can do, man.
Like, a good example I think everyone will be able to relate to is like, from lockdown, think of the first time when you linked up with your family all together. That first time when you had it. How did that feel?
Yeah.
And then you just thought to yourself, or I thought to myself, like, bro, I can't believe we haven't done this in so long, and we need to do this often. I need this. I need this feeling often. I need to see my cousins. I need to see my whatever often, because this is what's really important. Like, you know, like, and so therefore it's like, you know, that's just the raw feeling. That's what it is. Like,
Literally.
so this is what we kind of, because you start to, obviously the rat race of, you know, London, innit? It's a rat race. You're focusing on like making peas and and this house and that and that and that. But like, a lot of time, your living condition or what you're even in right now is not as bad as what you think it is. You're probably doing a lot of comparison, which is what social media does.
Yeah.
True.
But your actual situation is not as bad as maybe what you thought it was, because if your health is okay, if the people closest to you are okay, or even if they're just still alive, that is enough, man.
100%.
Honestly.
That is enough. Like, and then obviously the rest are just bonuses. You know what I mean? And it's like, cool, like, it's just bonuses, man.
No, honestly.
No, I agree with
and
you
I think,
100.
But you create music for good times.
I try. I've been pushing it, because do you know what happens? Yeah, sometimes I get deep. The woke side does kick in,
Oh,
Okay.
kicks in, like,
That 1%. Yeah.
and then I remember our manager being like, bro, man, like, I get it. Like,
Too
bro, this
deep.
is too, like, I'm trying to hear this, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, you're saying, I get the message, but it's like, this is like, and I was like, okay, I hear you. Hey,
I had something to say. Okay.
I was like, okay, let's try make some music where people can, like, jump. Because I realized a lot of my earlier performances, people were looking at me, taking me in.
Yeah.
Wow, that is like, whoa, man, that was sick, bro. And I was like, oh, thank you, man. But I would prefer you to dance.
Yeah,
I would actually
I want us
prefer
to all
you
have a good time.
to just be moving around and bubbling, because even that, you're letting off. Like, it's good to think. It's definitely good to think, but it's also good to move and to dance and to
100%.
have a little wiggle, and you know, that's like, so that's kind of where the music should be. Fingers crossing, should be heading towards.
Yeah.
Sick.
But I think there's a strategy to it anyway, because ultimately you want to invite people over. Like, yes, it's a safe space. Come and live your best life, whatever. Then when you get people's attention and people fuck with you, okay, well, let's dig a bit deeper. What's Hayreezy really about? Okay, I think that's when people receive the woke message better. Because I mean, I'm a person that
100%.
I do love me, so I would say woke too. Maybe I'm woke and wavy. Who knows? I do love me. Like I could get deep and whatever, but there's also a time and there's a fucking place.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
100%. Sometimes you just want to turn up.
Do you know what I mean?
You just want to turn up and have fun.
I don't
be
want
on
to
the
be in
wave.
a party and someone's in my ear telling me you shouldn't be drinking it. Just please.
Yeah.
I actually know.
No,
Trust
facts.
me.
But right now I'm on the wave.
Exactly.
I'll be woke
Exactly.
tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Do you know what I mean?
This is it,
I
man.
think accepting that it's like both of those things as well. Because I think sometimes you try and pigeonhole yourself into I must be woke all days of the way. It's
man.
like, bro,
Man,
sometimes, or even the other, where it's like, yo, I'm just the turn up guy. I'm always
Now
good.
you're a mess.
I'm sick. Yeah, no,
Trust me. Now you're sick.
literally.
Now you're ill.
Now
now you can't
now
drink.
you can't drink.
Because the doctor said you can't. Yeah.
Like it's not you. Like I feel like there's no point trying to act like you're just one way. No one is one way. Like every day, especially if you're growing and you're learning, it's just accepting. Like some days I'm better than other days. Some days are great and I'm in my like full flow and I can speak great. Other days I'm thinking, bro, I'm pissed off. I'm mad.
Yeah.
And this is just it's normal, man. Everyone feels these emotions. Like we can't pretend we don't. Even though people like to act like they don't.
Yeah.
I
know.
I know. Yeah, because one thing I can't stand. I don't even mean to go on a tangent, but like fake people that pretend that they never get annoyed or they're just It's like, come on.
Everything's good. It's like, come on, man.
Sometimes I get fucking
man.
pissed off, and I'll say I'm pissed off. Be pissed off, then let it go, innit? I think it's when you hold on to things, and even sometimes with like happiness, like don't try and hold on to like that feeling for too long, because then you're gonna constantly be chasing it, whatever. Just experience it and let it flow. Do you know what I mean? Understand what was the contributing factors to that, yes. But like the key to life is just a flow,
Yeah, you're
just
gonna have to
live in the
feel
moment.
everything because feelings are they're fleeting.
Do you know what I mean?
Happiness, sad, all of these things. So you're not gonna stay, or you shouldn't be able to stay in anything. Otherwise, you're kind of like fraudulently creating them. Where it's like, oh yeah, I was happy. I'm still happy. I promise I'm still happy. Like, I promise I'm still happy.
Crying.
And when the crash comes, the crash is gonna be big.
Yeah.
So I've seen it happen, man. I've seen the crash. Like it can happen with adults. Like big.
Usually
like,
does.
Big, late 40s or late 50s, whatever. But if you just pretend for too long.
It's exhausting.
We were talking about the whole AJ thing.
Yeah, man.
The boxing thing where it just. Did you see anything?
The speech.
Yeah, and it just felt like, wow, this is a moment where everything that you portrayed before, you just completely let go of that, and all of a sudden it's okay, this is really how you are, or how you feel, at least in this moment. And it's like, okay, cool, like because we were comparing it to Tyson Fury as well, and it's like, I thought I know that dude, innit? Even if I don't agree with everything he says, but I get this dude and I see what he's about. Like he's been through this, he does this is what he cares about, this is what he doesn't. But that like holding on to the archetype rather than who you actually are, it's dangerous because you will have that crash at some point. Like,
yeah, man, 100%.
and hopefully,
I think I'm still processing
public.
that. AJ yesterday.
There's a lot
man,
of stuff you could say about it, innit? Because it was kind of sad to see, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but I feel like there's been a lot where I've like seen stuff with AJ, and I'm just like, what's going on?
Yeah,
like
there's something. Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know.
We can say it for the woke.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but yeah.
Your true. I mean, it's so cliche, but your true colors will always fucking come out, and just honor that. Do you know what I mean? Just honor who you really are. If you've got some fucking demons about you that you do need to sort out, go and do the fucking work. Go and sort yourself out, and then just be you, man. Be free.
That's it, man. All you can do is be you in this world, you know. And like the people you probably like most are the people that like your aunties or whatever that you like most, probably the ones that were the realest of you, rather than the ones that pretended to
just the yes people, innit?
or people that like when people are playing a role rather than just being what they are.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean, and as you get to when you're young, of course it makes sense that they're giving you what you need to get or whatever. But then as you get older and you can start to see who that people really are, you realize, oh right, you're just saying this, or you find out things that happen and you're like, so you're just saying this, but you don't even do this yourself.
You don't
exactly.
think about it.
And then the ones who have always just been real,
are
still real because
that's what they do. They have to talk about it.
You are what you are, so it's not going to change. As in, even if you are changing, but you can still feel when someone's being their authentic version of themselves.
100.
So everything kind of when they say things to you, it just hits better and it feels better and you can actually really take it on.
So you feel like with your music now and the whole rebranding aspect, do you feel like now you're being even more authentic? Is that what you feel maybe you weren't being as much before then?
I felt like, beforehand, you know, like I was like, yeah, I'm delivering this woke message, but I'm gonna be woke, like woke and wavy. And then obviously the woke side was strong, but my wave side wasn't the truth, bro. Like it wasn't. It was like a half wave or a quarter wave. Like I wasn't really saying much really.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel like I could. I felt like, oh, it's too much of a raw split.
Yeah.
Like I can't really, like, even if I was like, I can't really like be swearing and all that. Like, you know, like I can't, like, you know what I mean? I can't, like, I got to give them a wave, but kind of like a clean wave, because I'm talking about the work. But it's like, no, man, I'm just gonna give it to you exactly how it is, and that is just my truth. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying that this is the way you should, like, or I think it's a good way to live. I'm not saying you have to live how I'm living, but this is what is happening in my life. Like, I am able to do A and B, and also I do this as well. Like this is, and this is my balance. This is how I feel good. This is the things that I do to make me feel good, and I enjoy them. And I'm gonna be just raw in my approach to how you hear it in the music, I guess.
Just be honest.
Yeah.
That's more than anything.
Yeah,
and I think that's one of the stigmas with the whole woke thing as well, where it almost feels like it's not just that you're a self-aware person, it's that you're almost telling other people how to live their lives.
Yeah, man.
And this is, from what it sounded like anyway, and even some of the tunes you're playing before as well, it's kind of exclusive for them. It just sounds like you're just saying, look, like, this is me and what I'm doing. If you want to jump on the way, if you don't, cool. But like, this is me right now. I'm not projecting an idea of what it should be, kind of thing. And I think that's super important. And do you know what's dope? I feel you, like, a group of us have kind of established that for themselves. Like, we've been the artists who have tried, not necessarily tried to project an image, but we've been the artists who have tried to make sure we've done the right thing. Now it's just be honest and like, where are you at? Like, how are you actually feeling? Like, how are you really? It's very important, all that stuff.
But I think that being honest is so important for other people, where let's just say there is someone out there that does have thoughts of like really deep thoughts one day, and then they just want to go out and have a good time, and it's just like, oh, am I really this person if I do that? And it's like you said, we're not just one dimension. We're not just one fucking thing. Like, there are probably gurus out there that like to have a fucking good drink or whatever, then go sit on the mountain and stuff. Like, it's fine. Like, you don't have to be one or the other, because life is like this. In life, there's so many things happening at once, and that doesn't mean one thing isn't happening because the other thing is. Even in our bodies, so many things are happening all at once, which make it that. So we're able to be more than one thing at once, and I think that's fucking fine. I'm woke and I'm wavy, baby.
And even more than that as well.
Bite. That's the sound bite right there.
Do you know what I mean? But also, you got your shit on the side. Not even shit on the side.
That's like when someone says, you know, that little music.
No, I was gonna say, not even swing on the side. Let's talk about New Motion as well, because I feel like that's exactly. I feel like that is. It's filtering into this journey anyway, and I feel like that's also put you in spaces, in rooms, and like you must be learning so much from that aspect of yourself, and like what Hayreezy does as well. So firstly, what's New Motion? Even though we always shout out New Motion.
Shout out.
I say firstly, shout outs, Jords, SK,
Jeez.
my brother, partner, business partner. Wait,
So,
Hey.
sounding a bit crazy. But yeah, the other half of New Motion. So New Motion it's a production company that does music videos, does weddings, does podcasts, does artwork, promo videos, social media clips, anything and everything. And do you know what's crazy? This is the third call,
have you guys done movies?
I don't know what's going on, bro.
Or films, I should say.
Your set time's been
I'm
moved.
on a podcast, sorry, my brother.
The fucking cheek.
Hey, live and direct.
So
You need to just send a message.
yeah, no, I'm done.
You sure? Wait, have you guys done films as well? Because you.
No, we haven't done films. But we've done like a documentary and stuff.
Okay, dope.
But yeah, man, started in uni, and it's funny because when I was with the SK, Mr. SK, when I first met him, and I was like, bro, like, I can rap, you know, and he was like, all right. I was like, bro, I rap from 6. Well. I rapped, I did the rap type, and he's like, yeah, sorry. And I was like, bro, listen, do you know what? I'm gonna watching it. One day you're gonna feel my thing, And then and the goal was always kind of been like, either New Motion lifts Reezy lifts New Motion. It's all one kind of thing. And yeah, man, it's been tough. I can't lie, it's been tough. We've had like some really good stuff that's happened this year, some really amazing stuff. We've been a lot of work with Spotify. Yeah,
dope.
A lot of other really, really sick brands, Brewdog, Nietzsche. If everyone thinks it's Nice, N-I-C-C-E.
Oh, is it Nietzsche?
Oh, Nietzsche.
I know, madness, innit?
Very.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah, Box Park. To name a few festivals, Strawberries and Creams, and shout out to
That was
Varna.
that was a vibe.
That was wave.
As well. So yeah, we've just been just doing a lot of cool stuff. But obviously, you know, being self-employed and that stuff, it comes, it's ups and downs, a lot of tough periods, a lot of people, a lot of invoicing, a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
do you know what I love about you? You always find time for enjoyment.
I mean, because
You
when you deal with a level of stress that I go through, baby girl,
I mean,
God dang, you're gonna be hitting that bottom.
No, it's not just every weekend.
When we're
it's
sleeping,
every
he's
evening.
in the club.
No, 100%. You wake up the next day, you see a story, you're like, right.
Do you know what it is? I like to keep
or
my
still,
foot.
not
I like
even
to keep
again.
I like to keep my finger on the pulse.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah, that's
like
a phrase, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
hear what
yeah.
music's out there. Get people to vibe
So you're
in.
working? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's,
right,
it's,
right.
it's like scouting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Cool,
what we
cool,
like to
cool.
call it. We
Like,
just put
yeah.
it on the company card and
Yeah, expenses.
Yeah. So that's why you see me outside. I'm actually working.
Okay.
Yeah, all
I
the
mean, I don't
alcohol,
know
you gotta
nowadays.
make sure
Work
that-
is enjoyment.
Is
Enjoyment is work. I mean, it's
That's
Strawberries
a
and
sick place
Creams.
to be,
Where's
though, you
the
know.
work?
But is that not the
That's
aim?
a sick place. Yeah, no, that's
know,
a
I
sick
know.
place to be.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, no, it's been a good. I think about 6-7 years we've been going now.
Wow.
So it's been it's
Congrats,
been
you know.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man. Thank
it's
you.
dope.
Appreciate it, man. It's been a journey. I remember beforehand I used to not really talk about it. I thought, I got to keep it separate, whatever. But I realised now, man, it's just
all a part of
just
it.
man, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is what we do, and obviously it's sick because we're black, full black-owned company, which is like a thing you say nowadays. But
yeah, it's true, man.
no. So it's been good, and obviously I've met loads of amazing people that I've met, loads of amazing creatives, producers, talent, artists, just comedians, whatever.
Who's the best person? Well, top 5.
No,
We don't have to go through all 5, but who's in that top 5 of people that you met?
people that I've met through doing this.
Yeah.
I got to shout my brother Harry Pinero. That is
Jeez.
that is a good brother. There,
Yeah.
that is a good guy. Like off camera, on camera, same guy, but like just a good person, man. Like, and then
cool,
I would double splash. I would say Henry as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
dope.
Just like those two together, such an amazing combination of people, such like authentic but real. Like they're just amazing people to be able to
dope.
work with or whatever.
Dope.
Lots of on set is a lot of bands, and then I'll just do 3 because I'll be here forever. Sorry everyone else if you're seeing this, but I'll say probably Amani Dowda. Says she's I think she's what's her role now? She's like she works with Spotify right now basically, but she's got a really huge future ahead of her as well.
Oh, dope.
Really here for the black community and the culture and just pushing like a good. She's just really here for us. Like I know like she's done a lot of stuff with like I think it's DLT.
Okay.
And just other like loads of other little things that you would have seen happening, and like, there was like just loads of other things that have happened. She's been the producer behind it or whatever.
Okay,
Dope.
sick.
So watch out for her because I told her from young, like when I first met, I was like, your trajectory's crazy, and then it's mad because the world is so mad that her brother had sent me beats.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and it was her brother like knew someone that I ain't like my boy, and it's just bad before.
I
Like,
love that
Yeah.
shit.
you know how the world just starts doing that.
Yeah,
where it
I
clicks
love that.
nicely, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
that's alignment. I like that.
But
Yeah.
I would. Probably those 3 off the top of my head. I'm so sorry if I can't think of someone that probably should be in there.
That's cool, though.
But,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's dope.
yeah, man. And me and Idris as well.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I was
me and
thinking
Idris.
you might say
Yeah.
it.
That was a huge one.
Yeah.
Because that was like, I guess
That's
there's not many
Idris, man.
things. Yeah, that was like there's not many people that I'm like if you're famous it's sick. If you're doing 60 you're sick. But he's like, you're from
Yeah.
You're from
there,
yeah,
bro,
like, yeah.
and his story is incredible, man. His story is the reason why I can't ever give up on music because you don't know when it's gonna happen, but as soon as you stop believing, that's
when it stops.
That's when it's done, innit? That's
Yeah.
when the party's over, man.
Because
And
didn't he
didn't
sleep in his
stop.
car and
Slept in his
stuff?
car, man. Before that big wire job hit, I think he said his missus was pregnant or whatever. He's living in his car or whatever,
Yeah.
and then it hit. I think he said he did 4 years, no jobs coming in, no acting jobs. Imagine that 4 years.
Yeah.
4
And then the
or
biggest
3
thing
to
of your
4
life. It's crazy.
You would just
Of course
be done.
How many other people quit
Would
in
just
that
be-
time,
yeah, exactly.
innit?
And he didn't, and now look at him. Goat.
Yeah. Nah, for
So
real.
that's big
For real.
juice.
Yeah, friends of the show.
He's the next guest. Yeah. Let's
Come
line it up,
on.
innit?
Come on.
That's
No,
what we'll
but
get into.
Yeah, it's like, oh, mate, just it's when you hear those stories again and again, and I think that's what you need all the time for like all of us out here with what we're doing to just keep going. But sometimes it can get fucking long. And has there been a point for you where you've sat and thought, nah, this is long?
Yeah.
When was the last time, and then what got
3
you
days
out?
ago.
3 days ago.
Like, 4 days ago, man. Like,
What got you out of that?
But what got you in it as well?
Oh, yeah.
it's just obviously you have to keep rising yourself up. You have because it's you.
Yeah.
Like it's
Literally.
I'm trying to be the artist. I'm trying to be the
Yeah.
person that is being able to be the big breadwinner that changes my family's trajectory on life and brings a level of wealth in that is like not seen before for us. So I have to do these things, but that means I'm the one that's got to do these things. So if I'm tired and I'm not doing the things,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? And that's a day wasted, and obviously you don't want to do these things every day. You don't want to always go studio. You don't always want to write. You don't always want to get up and be your own boss. You don't always want to send that invoice or have to write this email or figure this thing out for this person. But you have to if you're in this path, innit? If you're going down this path, you have to constantly keep pushing yourself. You have to constantly keep motivating yourself, and you have to believe in yourself. So it's those 3 things. I think I said 3 things. They're hard to keep doing, but you have to do them. And like if you're lucky, you have a really good team around you that will help that. But even that isn't enough sometimes because they've got their own lives, they've got their own things going on, and they can't just obviously when you're big time, cool. People are there on call, whatever. But when you're still trying to make it, you gotta factor in these things like that. You can't. People have got their own jobs, they've got their own lives, things happen in their lives, so they might fall off, and then you're thinking, bro, you're not taking my thing seriously. But it's not just that, they've just got their own lives sometimes. They might have kids, they might have whatever, this is their own problems. And you can it's easy to feel sorry for yourself, it's easy to just be like, oh, you know what, man, this thing's long, let me just get a job. Let me get a proper job, and I have some proper money. But I know people that have got proper money and like big jobs and whatever, and some of them are really happy because what they wanted. Some of them are really upset. And a lot of the time they'll see what I'm doing or whatever, and they say like, bro, just keep going, bro. Like, every time I see you, they're hitting me like, bro, you're kind of doing this for me as well now. Like, because you can be the person that makes this happen in my lifetime, and I know you, bro. So I'm like, okay, let's rise up again and let's go.
Do you know what? I remember I saw again a quote now on fucking
again,
on Instagram, but I said, yo, this is it. The quote said, a salary is a drug they give you to give up on your dreams.
Amen.
And I thought, yo, I'm on this drug. And I'm over it. Because that whole, let me just go and get a job. But then it's like, I've actually got to do that job.
This is the thing, innit? And you've got to try and remember every day you're doing that job.
And I hate it, or I'm just not happy. And I'm just like, it's always that balance of like, okay, should I just go for what is almost like more secure, like more stable? Like, am I going to be happy that way, or no? Am I going to hate myself for making that decision? And a lot of the time, the decisions we make now, especially when you're putting yourself up and out, you got to think, future Amelia will thank me for this.
That's it, man.
Right now, I might not be in the mood, and I might not want to, and I might not know why the hell I'm still doing this shit. But there's been so many things that I've set up, and I thought when I've got to that day, like, thank fuck I'd just done it,
No, for real.
Fuck, because now I'm back in that mindset. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Let's do it. Like, even today, I'm getting up today. I'm not even gonna lie. I was a bit like,
Got Hayreezy on the show.
This guy can chat to him whenever you want, innit? Like,
honestly,
no.
And I'm telling, but then I thought, nah, we pre-planned this. Oh, I can't even speak today, but we pre-planned this.
Sorry.
And obviously getting down here now, and even just conversation we're having now, when it's just like hitting certain points in your brain where you're like, ding, let's get them nails back in again because it's getting a bit loose.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
It's the re-up.
It is.
I think like that's the beauty of it as well, though, is that the more you start to do it, the more people that are like-minded start to come towards you. So it does get easier at times. And it's like, and like you said, the future you is just, like, you see that idea you have or that project or whatever you're going to start, the future you is just begging you to start
it's like,
it.
do it,
They're like,
please,
why haven't you started it this year? Because in 5 years, you'll say, bruv, when I was like 21 or 20, whatever. Because even now, we do it all the time. It's like, bruv, if I did this when I was 21, I would have been gone. If I did if I did this when I was 25, I would have been. But cool, your life ain't finished.
Do it now,
innit?
Even I say it to my friends that are footballers, like, there's so many, like Ian Wright or whatever, he didn't blow till late in his career. Like, even Jamie Vardy, like, as a footballer, didn't blow. Like, it's 2 Chainz didn't become 2 Chainz till he was 40 plus or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
So
like,
true.
so a lot of time we think it's done just because it didn't happen the idealistic way. But life isn't idealistic, man. Do you know what I mean? Like,
So
life is just life, and you just gotta keep. It's hard though, innit? It's hard. It's hard to keep remembering that. It's hard to keep okay, I'm gonna just, because obviously, social pressures and family pressures and age pressures and kids and all these other things. But
that's why it goes to what you said before. You got to do it for yourself.
That's it, man.
You got to make sure that like whatever the commitment is, and the honesty thing as well. Like, what season of your life are you in right now? Is it the season where it's like, do you know what? I might actually have to go and get this job, or is it like, no. It's time to make that commitment of I'm at the forefront of whatever I'm doing, and I'm doing this because I know this is where future me is looking for.
Yeah.
That person is looking to say, yo, thank you. You finally,
you
did that in it. Yeah,
bro,
thank
you for getting up and just getting that done. Thank you for putting that song out. Thank you for doing that episode of the podcast.
Yeah, thank you for taking the risk.
Thank you for taking the risk, bro.
Literally.
Because you just don't know how anyone's gonna receive anything you do as well. That's the thing that we think we like to pre-plan or anticipate or preempt. Thank you.
You can't speak now, but yeah, it's cool.
Preempt how things that people are gonna receive what we do, but we have no idea.
None whatsoever.
Like, Pharrell and Snoop Dogg made Beautiful on that album, yeah, and it was like the way they describe it was like they made it quickly. It was just a little, just another like nice song to have. Yeah. Then they put all their budget into like 3 other songs and having videos for those. And what song was the one that has changed everyone's life?
Beautiful. What a banger! And that's just them on the beach or whatever they're doing.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
it's like, it just shows you
thing.
that if you don't put the thing out, you don't do the thing, you don't even know what you're blocking.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like, so you just gotta set your tasks out, get your little task, get your lists and stuff, and just tick things off.
Yeah.
Just tick the thing, but make sure you do it.
Yeah.
We say now, stick to the plan.
Yeah, and also make that vision fucking clear. Like, where are you heading to? Like, because then again on TikTok.
No, come on, man. This is not. We're not sponsoring them, innit? Like, what's going on?
Hashtag
I didn't even know this.
Can I just say, I
Getting
fall
commission
down
on
many rabbit holes on TikTok, yeah? Then I fell down the rabbit hole of like, what do they call it? Not time something. But anyway, it's the whole sentiment behind it is whatever that version of you that you're aiming for is already exists.
Yeah.
Already exists. And it's just about getting your mindset to believe it to the point where you almost step into that timeline where it's real. Do you know what I mean? And it all falls down to the sentiments of just really believing in, like, that little bit of doubt is there. So if you keep feeding it, that's going to affect the actions you take, how you come across to people, the confidence whether you do this. But if you say, no, like, I know where I'm going. So much changes in that space. Like, do you know what? Even recently, I was like at an industry event. It's not just you know.
Oh man, don't have that, you know.
No. But I was at an industry event, and I remember this is the first time I've gone to an event in a long time where I didn't have any imposter syndrome. Like, I went by myself. I knew I was meeting some people there, but I walked into that fucking room because also this is when I was in my high. Like, I was at the Selection gig. I was on fucking stage with Sango, Andre Power, Joe. These are people that I've listened to for years, but I felt like I was supposed to fucking be there. Then now when I'm in this other industry event, I just literally walked in like, nah, I'm meant to be here. And literally my friend saw me and she messaged me the next day. She was like, Amelia, she was like, you're supposed to be in them fucking places. She was like, can I just say you are literally shining right now? Because literally, like, you look like you are, like, when I saw you, it was like, oh yeah. We're talking about like loads of big music names in like the UK music scene all in that room. And there's me, and then probably a year ago I would have thought, oh, what am I doing here? But nah. And it turned out that I knew so many different people in a room. And again, that's testament to like a year, like all the connections I've made. Sometimes you just need to be in those moments where like, it's a feeling also, like, look how far I've come. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like a year ago, I probably would have thought, I can't, because I was going over and talking to people that I would never have spoken to before, but I knew what I was coming with.
Yeah.
I knew like, nah,
you know who you are,
hi.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who I am now, well, hello, nice to meet you. This is me. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like that real, I don't even know why I went into this tangent.
Good. That's inspirational.
This is the pod.
Yeah, just Amelia, like.
No, but it's that
It's
real,
the truth,
yeah. Like, it's that.
When you're, it's mad because that's what I'm saying. It's like things just come together when you start to when like the more you do of that thing, it's a bit uncomfortable at first. Yeah. But you still know you have to do it because you've already seen yourself in those spaces. Like you didn't like, you know what I mean. You always saw yourself being able to be in these rooms with these people that you've always liked. It's just raw. It's a bit scary, and it's a bit intense. It's a bit like. Because you have to, if you have these dreams, to chase them is another thing as well. It's all fun and games just having them, but then it's like, oh right, okay, so I'm actually going to
I'm actually here now.
To this person, and then you start to do it, and you realize, oh right, I can do that.
That's why experiential or just experiencing things is that's the key way I know that I learn as well. Like you sit down, you can think about it, you can theorize, hypothesize, come up with all the different calculations you want. But until you're in the position, you actually don't know.
100%.
And that's why, because I was even saying to you around, like, you're in your element, like, and it is where you, not the only place you belong, but these are some of the spaces you belong, because you've done everything up to that point to not deserve isn't the right word, but to be comfortable enough in those spaces where it feels right. Like, it's really, that's a testament to you and your character, but just generally speaking as well, like, knowing I want to be here and then taking the gamble of, okay, what do I actually need to do to make sure I can be here, kind of thing.
Yeah. And also just shutting off all those voices of doubt in your head, which simultaneously sometimes come from what you think others are going to perceive of you. Like, what the fuck? Why is she here? Like, what's he doing? Like, why is he doing? Like, do you know what I mean? And you've got whether some of us want to admit it or not, sometimes, like I was saying before, like, it does play like a factor in what you do. Because essentially, we have audiences to what we're doing. There are people watching us, and we are catering to that audience as well. But there's also people on the sidelines that some, unfortunately, low-key don't want to see you win, because it's going to make them feel uncomfortable. That if they would have fucking done it, they almost need that validation from you failing to be like, that's why I don't do it.
That's why I didn't need to go down that road. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly. But I'm really sorry to tell you
that we ain't gonna stop.
Innit?
We ain't gonna stop.
And you're gonna feel uncomfortable.
Watching the growth. 100.
See the growth.
100.
What's your vision 5 years from now?
Glastonbury.
Jeez.
Hopefully, like Coachella.
Yeah, that would be wavy.
Coachella, because to go back out and do this stateside, where I feel like it kind of started for me in my head.
Yeah.
Even though it didn't, because I actually did go studio before I went to America, but I just didn't even really acknowledge that in a period of my life. But yeah. And for New Motion to be like not even New Motion, I'd say, or SK and New Motion, this is part of it, to be like lyrical lemonade.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So doing all of like the biggest artist videos, and like there's a proper signature behind how you do it as well. Yeah.
And just, because there's a lot of things in the pipeline. There's a lot of works. Obviously, there's just a lot of things that haven't happened yet.
Yeah.
But the more I work on these other shows and stuff, I'm like, okay, cool. So I know how to do that now. Can't wait to launch that. Can't wait to do this. I know how to make these things happen. So, yeah, that's what I would say. 5 years.
Dope.
I'm gonna see you at Glastonbury, man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, come on.
I see it, because even just the lineup, that people that performed at Glastonbury just gone. I said,
this is what I said this year. I was like, I'm seeing like this is da da da. Like, we
and
should
this is
be
Glastonbury.
there.
This is the biggest.
Do you know what I mean?
In
So like
it's like Europe.
Yeah.
And again, how much can change in a year?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you gotta make sure you put that song out there. Hayreezy.
Exactly.
That's a me to me right now.
Yeah, 100. Celia Clock
Put
out
it
right
out.
now, though,
Celia
innit?
Clock out right now.
Stop thinking about it too much.
Yeah, man. Don't
Put it
overthink it,
out.
man. Nothing in life is perfect.
And also, don't have too much expectations, because you might think this is gonna song that's gonna blow, but it might actually be the one that you thought, no, like you were saying,
like
beautiful. Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? It might be the one that you expected the least from. Like, okay, I'll check it out. That.
Someone told me have preferences, not expectations.
Yeah.
Jeez,
So hold on to like the preference. Yeah, you might want this thing to happen, but I can't expect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't control the outcome of these things. Just
And I would probably add like a deadline to
Yeah.
when you would like to get it done by, because otherwise you can keep on
rolling.
and it will never end.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
But yeah, man.
Sheesh.
Like H.
Woke
Like
and Wavey.
Hayreezy,
This has been a Woke and Wavy episode.
Good.
We've had a bit of the woke. We didn't really have the wave.
I know.
Some shots on sign, but
it's alright, man.
It's alright.
It's
Do you
season
think
1.
you ever go down to making an alcohol brand?
Yes.
Is that an
Yes.
idea that you
Yeah.
just...
Nah, yes.
You just
Nah.
planted
But
that
that
seed like,
makes
oh
sense.
shit,
No,
like
no,
yeah,
no.
I'm gonna do that.
Celia Clock. When the video comes, the original idea, it was meant to be something like that, but it didn't come to transpire on that video. But
All good.
yeah, man, why not?
That makes sense.
Yeah, why
Man?
not?
Shouts, was it Kano's thing, Duppy White as well?
Yeah.
Oh, is that Kano?
I still haven't tried that. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
I haven't either,
haven't
but
seen it,
just
actually,
obviously it's
saying
K
that.
in it, so you just went
Dope.
off.
You got to support, innit?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Sick
cool.
guy.
Because then remember at Strawberries and Creams, it was KSI's vodka.
Yeah, I can't remember what
That's
it's
everywhere,
called,
and they got
but
their water everywhere as well now.
Yeah.
See it on
It's mad, man. People are really
Jeez.
doing bits, man.
We're going down this way. I mean, maybe I should make alcohol. I'm joking now. I think I'll make mushrooms.
I could proper see that though.
I've never taken shrooms in my life, but here I will
man.
be trying to make fucking mushrooms. But even though I feel like maybe I need an awakening like that. But anyway,
yeah.
wow, how did we get here? I've never done that stuff. Anyway, okay. Is there anything you want to add? Like, do some promo? What's coming up?
Yeah.
No, man, of course. Obviously, I got Silly O'Clock, that's out right now.
Jeez.
The music video is en route.
Mm.
If all goes to plan, which hopefully it will do, there'll be plenty of songs coming out from now on.
Dope.
Just
Sick.
from now on.
Sick.
I'm not even gonna, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
It's
just music.
yeah, it's just music time now. I've done a lot of stuff this year, but it's music time now.
Yeah.
So come and see me. I'll be performing different places. Hayreezy.
What are you
everywhere.
like most looking forward to as well?
Just putting the music out, man.
Yeah.
I really like the stuff I make at the moment. Like
Yeah.
I enjoy it. My brethren really enjoy it. My people that I play it to seem to be enjoying it. So it's good. Just like, yeah, let's see how the world receives it, innit?
Yeah, man.
And there's stuff there's so much of it. So I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
can't wait.
yeah,
to,
yeah. Exactly.
I need to offload so I can start making
flood.
some more as well. Like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Dope.
Yeah, man.
Very, very, man.
All
All
right.
right, so you know how this goes as well, innit?
Yeah.
I do.
Did you come prepared?
Would you-
I
what-
have.
Like,
I
What
have.
is this? What is
Here
this
we
section
go.
called
So
now?
this is a section of the podcast where we like to say, if you could offer an in fact or an in opinion.
Or
Yes,
recommendation.
there you go. Or a recommendation.
Amelia, no, you probably don't have one. No, so I'll start. Cool, so
I was late, but I was prepared. So yeah, go on. No, you go.
alright, so I would recommend everyone to watch The Sandman on Netflix.
I've heard
The
about
Sandman,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, man. It is
Okay.
for me like the best show I've watched on Netflix out of all the shows that
Wow.
have been on there. And because of what it teaches you, from things that teach you things, that's just gold for me. And it's just so well done. It's just so well done. It's like a film. It's like 10 films
Oh,
as a
wow.
series, rather than it being like I see it as just 10 films.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it is just so good, man. So good. It's just about the guy who basically runs the dream world.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And-
Sounds like a bit of me.
Yeah, and you just want and it's English. It's and there's a character in there, yeah. And you know that when they show like someone kind of like us, black brother,
Yeah.
black brother from London or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
they get it like kind of right sometimes. But this is a big Warner Bros. Production.
Yeah.
It's Warner, yeah, bro. And when you see this character and how accurate he is, one of us, yeah, like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see it on screen, I'm like, oh my days, like this is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not
sick.
even, and that is what that part of this is nothing to really do with anything. Such a
Yeah.
small, insignificant
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
But it was so good to see that they even put that layer of detail in to a character that's just like
Yeah.
a minuscule part of this whole thing. Like
It's called what? The
the Sandman.
Sand.
The Sandman, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really, really, really top.
I need a
top
new show as well, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah,
man.
that's probably going to be the next one.
Yeah, it's a really top show.
Okay.
Dope.
All right.
You
Okay.
came
me.
prepared, innit? So go on.
So again, another what to watch. Freeze the Fear, BBC iPlayer with Wim Hof. He's known as
Okay.
the Iceman.
Yep, yep.
He's created a whole method around basically ice water therapy in a way and breathing technique. But basically, it's very simple where it's like regularly having cold showers, going into ice baths, but like what that does to the body. But basically, it's a group of celebrities. They go on like a retreat and they basically just push themselves past the limit. The end goal is that they jump off this fucking bridge,
Yeah, yeah,
free
yeah.
falling. And when they all first go there, they're like, there's no fucking way. And then over the course of like a week, they do different challenges, pushing them like more and more each time. And you just see at the end the journey is. But for me, it was just so like something so simple as ice water. Like even today, I had a cold shower for 15 seconds and it woke me the fuck up. But what it does is it lowers your stress level. And what else? And then, I don't know, relieves your anxiety, whatever, but it basically makes you feel more alive. But it's really good for your cardiovascular health.
Okay.
And they were saying we don't regulate that enough because it gets your blood pumping and whatever. But something so fucking simple. I'm going to try an ice bath next as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Try that.
Really?
an
Try that.
ambassador for cold showers.
Jeez.
I'm almost every day. I would say
Really?
like,
Cold showers?
Maybe that's
is
what
it?
the
In the
woke and
morning.
wavy is.
Yeah, man, cold showers
Yeah,
every day. And it's like, it's mad because once you start, it's almost like it's like addictive. And then when you stop, when I say addictive, because of what it does, how you feel when you come out of it is crazy. Like,
mad.
'cause at first, I was like, cool, I'll do a bit of hot water, then I could turn it down.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
cold.
yeah.
Now it's just cold.
Straight
fun.
cold.
I have cold baths. Like, that's like
Mad.
just sitting there, and it's mad because it's just the feeling. It's like, whoo, it's just so different.
Wake you
I
the
can
fuck
imagine.
up.
Yeah, your body
differently,
temperature just
different, man.
shifts.
But it's mad because it changes though. Because at first it might feel uncomfortable, but then it's not uncomfortable, and then it feels. Then you're in a different place.
Yeah. of course.
Literally.
Now you're
And then
adjusted.
Wim Hof has this breathing technique that I really want to try.
It's hard.
Where, but it's like, he guides you through it, but it takes you to a space where almost like your deep embedded traumas or whatever's going on in your body really deep down comes to surface, and you almost have like an out of body experience. But there's no drugs involved. Like, it's
Just
literally
breathing.
all natural. When I was watching, I was like, these are like celebrities that are very like no nonsense, don't do any of that shit, fucking crying their eyes out. And obviously I'm like, I want to cry my eyes out too. But I'll definitely recommend. But it's just a great reminder of, again, the sky isn't the limit, it's your mind. A lot of the things what you think you can't do, you actually can do. And it's about walking into those situations saying, I'm in control.
Yeah.
Not the fear. I'm in control and I'm going to do this and I'm going to regulate my body and my mind to do it.
No,
that's what I
100.
was
I think
saying,
that's
man.
sick. Cool. And then my one is, it's more activity actually.
Okay.
My recommendation. I think if you are, especially if you're not a creative, but even if you are a creative, to do something outside of your usual discipline. So for instance, the other day I ain't painted in years or in a long time. But the process of doing it, I was like, raw, you feel like a child almost because it's a new experience all of a sudden, or a refreshed experience it might be in it. So if you're someone who doesn't dance, for instance, I've done, what did I do not that long ago?
I ain't spoken to you, bro.
Yeah, I know, innit?
ain't done with
Salsa. I did salsa. This is probably a few months back.
Oh,
Now,
actually,
but
tell me about that.
yeah, but even just doing that, the elements of down and feeling like, I can't really do this, but just go and do it, man. So my recommendation is to people, just find one thing that you don't usually do. It's actually better when you do it with someone who is quite good at it. You feel a little bit more confident, a bit more comfortable as well. But just go and find one thing that you don't usually do. Paint, dance, even sing if you're not someone who sings usually. And try that out this week.
What are you going to do this week then?
I haven't thought of it yet.
So you're giving out recommendations?
Only because I have
Fucking-
done it. That's the thing. I have already done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything that springs to your mind that you're going to try in the week that's different?
It's funny because I've been. It's weird, dude, like the things you lot are saying are like things I've been doing just on my.
Sorry.
You know when you're just.
Guys, you are so far behind. I've been doing
I
that.
didn't need this episode.
I'm saying like I've been really trying to push myself, but more so in like my decision making. So it's not really
Right.
creative, but to be like, look, this is how you feel. Just do it. If it's what you want to say, this is what we want to say to someone. Just say it. But actually being like on the forefront of that process.
Yeah.
So like even when you're like it's been quite good. It's been like it's a bit liberating because you're
Yeah.
like, okay,
That's the
like
word
yeah,
for
like
it,
just said, this is exactly how I actually feel right now. It might change tomorrow, but this is how I feel right now.
Yeah.
And let's just rock with it, innit? Like,
That's it. Because it doesn't have to mean anything as well. It's
and
like
more times,
just
and
that thing
none
you're
of the
doing.
answers that I've got back from when I've been saying it have been anything negative at all. It's all been very good. It's all been better than probably if I was trying to preempt or get a whatever. So yeah, man, you got to keep trying new things, man.
100, man.
100.
Dope.
I'm going to have to think, what's my new thing now?
I've got to think as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go
But all right then. Oh, what do I have to say? What I'm gonna do? That's
Nah,
different.
well, yeah,
No,
go on.
'cause you're looking
Yeah,
at me
you
like
put me
I
on the
need
spot,
to
innit?
fuck-
Yeah, go
No,
on.
I don't know. So I have to
I just
decide.
thought it was your show.
Come on.
I just went,
Oh, it
Main
is
character,
my
go on
show.
then.
Anyway,
Wrap up then.
thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. You'd normally be there
Yeah,
anyway.
you'd be right there usually.
But no, hold tight, you.
Come on.
Woke and Wavey, Hayreezy,
appreciate you.
Silly O'Clock is out.
Out now.
Yes, go
More
stream that
music
up.
coming.
Stream up. More music coming up.
Flood the market.
Yes, flood the market.
Hayreezy 44
Well, you'll be fucking
But-
putting
yeah,
that
exactly.
in.
and everything.
Yeah, you'll be doing
Love
all
that.
that. But yeah,
Love
man,
that.
thank you, man.
It's alright, man.
Yeah, thank
this
you
is a
for
wrap.
being a get. I was about to say because this is the
This is
last
the last
episode
one
of this
for a
season so
while.
far. Like,
Wow. Do we clap? Do we?
I don't know,
yeah,
guys.
no, big up you
Okay.
two, and especially
Yeah.
like for everything you lot have done.
Yeah,
Every
thank
episode, you've turned up, even if not on time, but you've turned
I know,
up, all
yeah.
of that kind of stuff.
Boy.
No, but even just you've made sure all of our guests are comfortable. Everything's been super. Like, it was never in doubt anyway about if it would be professional or whatever, but it has been, and that's something that we're definitely very grateful for. Poe, we did it. 10 episodes.
we did it.
Well, not even including the unpacks. Like,
Yeah, I know, yeah. We're not going to be doing an unpack for this one because it's kind of like, you know, mate, when it's
We-
done, it's done. Don't do
Innit?
some fucking straggly bit on the side. But yeah, man. But honestly, it's been such a pleasure working with New Motion.
for real,
I think
for real.
vibes are so important as well. And I think getting on with people that understand your vision and what it is that you want to do, and just also you can have a good time. We've had some good times.
We've had good times, jokes, all of that stuff.
Do you know what I mean?
Because it's good when we get to leave, because then it's like we have a nice that's the best thing.
What are you saying? What are you saying, man? What are you saying? Wait, what are you saying?
I know.
Yeah. I mean, no, we've enjoyed.
Yeah, no, you know we're doing bonus episodes, man.
Good.
We can't wait to come back for the next season.
Yeah.
No, but you know what as well?
It's been great, man.
Paying your friends is actually dope as well.
exactly.
Like,
for real.
because we'd have to, like, someone's gonna have to get paid for this, but it's
so I'd
dope
rather
that we
pay
know
you.
it's going you lot.
And I know it's going on race
quality.
shots in the club.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, innit?
Exactly.
When
if you actually come out with us, you make it back.
When was the last?
yeah,
What was the
exactly.
invitation? I swear we don't get
Yeah,
invited.
I know
they
we
don't
don't.
come through. You're not sending them through, bro.
Wow.
Oh,
No,
Jordan
remember,
was
but
saying-
remember
Oh,
Hayreezy
yeah.
said there's certain people that don't get invitations.
We just gotta sit in the corner
Yeah,
and just pre
think
the
about what
video.
we're
Like
doing.
and
the
that's
video
it,
shoot
like.
invitation.
Listen.
And do you know what? And this, it's
it's mad.
okay.
That
man.
day.
Life is crazy. We ain't got to do it on it.
It's
We ain't
alright.
gotta do it on
It's
it.
alright.
Do you know what? I just thought you maybe seen too much of me.
Had.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Next video
Next time,
shoot.
yeah.
I was in active.
No, for real, though, what happened?
I don't know. Anyway, all right, guys, we're gonna go now. But yeah,
Wrapping
thank
it
you
up.
so much for following the journey. We will be
For real,
back.
for real,
We don't know
100%.
when, but we will.
We're
gonna take some time, reevaluate things,
Yeah, so if anyone has
get
feedback,
another co-host.
please. If anyone has feedback, I might not be here next year.
No,
But
no,
if anyone has feedback, anyone listening, anyone who's listened to one episode, every episode, anything in between, let me, Amelia, New Motion know, because we want to just make sure this thing pops. Like,
Yeah, no. But yeah, man. Thank you, everyone. That's a wrap.
My intuition's telling me I never listen to myself. I should probably listen to myself. That position I was in, if I'd have listened, maybe I could help. I always knew that you were a bad egg, but I fell for your